Our next example, 3C, is similar to our 2B example from worksheet part 2 math functions. So I will go there and copy that example into my part 3 math plus logic functions worksheet. Right now my independent variable x had the values copied over from the part 2 math functions worksheet. I want to hook it back up to that example, so I'm going to hit equals, go back to my part 2 math functions worksheet, select the first cell in that independent variable x, and then I will drag that value down. This way, if anything in my independent variable changes in my part 2 math functions worksheet, it will reflect in the part 3 math plus logic functions worksheet for my x independent variable for this problem 3C. I want for this problem for my independent and dependent variable to be highlighted in black with bold yellow font if the dependent variable y is a whole number. I want that to jump out at me. And in order to do that, I could do one of two things. I will show you the first way of doing it, which is a little quicker, but maybe a little more convoluted. The first technique is to, I will first copy this formula since we're going to be using it. Copy. And I'll hit the tab key so I don't copy any bad formulas. I'm going to highlight the first row of data for my independent and dependent data. Now I'm going to create a new conditional formatting rule based on a formula, and I will paste that formula in, and I'm going to choose a black fill with a bold yellow font, and then I am going to go back into conditional formatting and manage that rule and dictate that this formula be applied to the entire range of my independent and dependent data. And you'll see things go a little haywire. The formula works for my independent variable but not my dependent variable. So I'm going to go back into my conditional formatting, manage that rule. I'm going to edit that rule, and what we saw worked is if we put a $ in front of the column, that will lock in the column and make sure that the formula is always evaluated for the I column. If I hit OK and OK, you'll see that just the data I want highlighted is indeed highlighted with bold font. So just my whole number. So this is an easy way for information to jump out at you without having to look at trues and falses. I'm going to highlight this J column. I'm going to right click and hit delete, and I'm going to apply my borders, put a thick border on the bottom and right edge. And this is a totally valid way of doing this exercise, quick, fast, but maybe not so intuitive with that $ there. I'm going to show you another way of doing the exact same thing. I'm going to clear that conditional formatting. Let me go into Manage Rules. I'm going to delete that rule. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply two separate rules. I'll do the dependent variable first. Styles, conditional formatting, new rule, use a formula. Let's see if I still got that. Good, I still got it in my clipboard, the formula I want to use. I don't need dollar signs for this one because I'm not highlighting two cells. I'm not highlighting my independent variable and my dependent variable in different columns. That's the problem. I will apply yellow bold font with a black fill. And then I will go back into the Manage Rules window, and I will extend the field where the cells that my rule is going to apply to. And now I want to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to apply a additional rule to my independent variable. And this is a little more intuitive, but it is more steps and more work. And I'm going to go back in here, and I am going to extend the cells that this applies to for the entire independent variable range. And you'll see I get the exact same results. If I highlight these two cells and go back into Styles, Conditional Formatting, you'll see that I have two rules, one for the independent variable, in the H column my X variable, and the other for my dependent Y variable. And that concludes example 3C.